Yes, we started an interesting topic, which is about conversion. And the conversion here, let me get the annotation. Yeah, I'm trying to get the annotation here. Let me, I hope it will work. It's about the conversion between metric and English and vice versa. So if you look at this, starting at this, we'll start first looking at metric to metric, and then we'll go English to English, and then we'll go metric to English. So three options we have: metric to metric, English to English, and then we switch between metric and English conversions. So let's look at metric first to metric. Metric to metric conversions. I will say 2.50, and then I will say we'll take the basic unit of the metric system here. In this case, we can take the mass, we can take the volume, we can take whatever metric unit we want to use. So we'll use the length. We can use the volume. I mean, we can use the height. We can use whatever basic unit you want. You take the length. We'll say convert 2.50 decimeter into terameter. Well, for these prefixes of the metric, you have to have a special table, and those tables we can really you don't have to memorize them, but at least you will know that's D for deci and T capital deci here, and this is called tera, and they have really a value. Deci is 10 minus 1, and tera is 10 plus 12. Okay, guys, so now let me take this one here out and try to get table, show you a table here. Let me get out of this and clear the whole thing. Clear the whole thing here. Trying to get this one clear, or at least wiped out. So let's look at, while I'm wiping out, let's look at the, we'll share with ourselves. Stop sharing here. We'll share other things here. Share those tables so you can get the idea how is the those tables looking alike. So Let me minimize this one as well, minimize this, and take those table here, and then copy and paste them, try to paste them into one of Microsoft Word. See if this is working. Yes, it's working. So let's see if we have, we are still on recording. I'm maximizing, I'm sharing Microsoft Word. I hope this one has, yes. Now I'm sharing now with you guys the metric prefixes, prefixes, so you can see with the DC, which is really if I go for the animation here, and if I go for animation, then I'm looking at the, let me get the pen. This is a DC here, which is 10 minus 1. 10 minus 1, and all the information, of course, given to you in iCollege. And I wanted to go and read the iCollege, read the announcement, read those are posted in the iCollege. If it's not, I will post them. Maybe I post them in one of the other classes, but I will post them later on. So DESI stands for 10 minus 1, and Tera, capital T, as we can go down here a little bit. Tera is somewhere here, capital T, Tera is here, T, and the value of it 10 plus 12. So a DESI is, this is a DESI here, D, the symbol, the prefix DESI, D, 10 minus 1. So that's this table here. You might have to print it out and make it handy to you for the quizzes and the exams. Most probably, if that's in the final exam, I think simple conversion might not given to you, but most of those comprehensive ones, they will be given to you. So don't worry about memorizing everything. Okay, guys? So let me go back and look at the at our conversion. And we had, if you look at the whole thing here, we can, if you can take this one out. So let me just stop sharing here, and let's share another Microsoft Word, which is an empty one. I need an empty one. So an empty one. I want to share with you here, guys. The problem we have set for ourselves, the problem is, we had the problem here, says convert 2.50 decimeter into TM, terameter. So in order to do this, now we are still metric to metric. So we'll say, okay, we'll do this. 2.50 decimeter over 1. We have to get rid of the dm. M is the basic unit for meter. Deci is 10 minus 1. Since we know this is 10 minus 1, I will add here, multiply it by the opposite of its value, the exponent value. So 10 plus 1. Why? If I multiply this value of the d here, multiply by 10, will give me 10 over 0. Apply those together here. Multiplication will give you 10 plus 1 minus 1, which is 10 power 0, which is 1. this one is our one is here, which is the basic unit is meter, correct? So go back here, and then I want to get 1 meter here, and terameter is here. So tera is, we know that's 12, 10 power plus 12. So I'll put in front of it 10 minus 12, the opposite of the opposite sign of the exponent, correct? So then I have everything there. Meter with meter cancels out. The only thing I'm left with is 2.50 over 1 over, this is 10 plus 1, and this one here is 10 minus 12 TM. So now this is 10 plus 1 goes up as 10 minus 1, correct? You change just the exponent sign, and here you have 10 minus 12 TM. So 10 minus 12, 10 minus 1, this is 2. The answer is 2.50. 10 minus 13, and the unit is terameter. So let's do another example. Let's clean up this one here. Let's do another example. I hope it will work. We'll do another example here so you can follow me with the whole let's do another example. Let's have something, let's do a kilo, okay? A kilo to mega, whatever, so, or to pico, okay? So we have 1.6 convert 1.6 kilo, K, small k, kilo, kilo, we can, as I said, we can see meters, a basic unit. We can take another units of the volume. We can do anything we want, but let's take the mass, kilogram, into giga G gram. So as you can see, K stands for kilo, and it's equal to 10 plus 3. G is giga, and it is called giga 10. This is G here. 10 plus. Let me take this one here, just hold on. So this is giga here. This is giga, and giga is mega is 10 plus 6, and giga 10 plus 9. Okay, so we are moving from 10 plus 3 to 10 plus 9. And G in all this, G is basic unit. G is basic unit for grams, which is basic unit for the mass. Basic units. So now going to this and making a table here, 1.6 K, small k, G grams over 1. And I need to get the kilogram out of my way, put kilogram here. Go through the basic unit, which is 1 gram, the basic unit of the mass in metric system here, 1 gram. Now the same token we started with, we can change the color here. Say blue, 10 plus, as I said, kilo 10 plus what? 3. So we'll make in front of it 10 This is 10 plus 3, correct? Minus 3, the opposite of the exponent. This is kilo is 10 plus 3. I'm putting the opposite of it, 10 minus 3. Then I go back. I have 1 gram. Oops, sorry. I have 1 gram. How much is this in gigagrams? Well, first gram with the gram cancels out. Kilo with the kilo cancels out. I have G is 10. Giga is capital G. Is 10 plus 9, correct? I have to put in front of it 10 minus the opposite of the exponent, 10 minus 9. 10 minus what? 9. So now out of this one here, I have something would be looking like 1.6, correct, over 1. 1 over 10 minus 3. And I have 10 minus 9 over 1. And the unit is capital G, small g, grams. Now taking this one here from the bottom here to the top, it will be what I have to have change the sign of the exponent, which is 10 plus 3. I have here 10 minus 9 and 10 plus 3 makes the answer is what? 10 minus 6. Minus 9 plus 3 minus 6. So the answer at the end, here's the answer. Answer is 1.6. Here, 1.6. And is 10 minus 9 plus 3 minus 6. And the unit is gigagrams. So now we have two examples of metric to metric. Metric to what? To metric. Now let's look at when we have English to English, we are going to what? We are going to see English to English. So let's clear all. Then we'll have now, we'll convert the example here. We'll do English to English conversion. One of those interesting things about English to English, you have fractions there sometimes. So the metric mostly is exponent, so you don't have that much of fractions to deal with. So suppose I have, well, still in the what they call it, we'll be using the same basic units for English. We'll use for English basic unit for the math, for example. They have a pound, so we can do convert 5.60 ounces into ton. Okay, we are taking, that's an English conversion units, and this is ounces is T is ton, and then ounces is just a spell of its ounces here. So we are converting 5.60 ounces into tons. Both those conversions units are English. So we'll start with 5.60 ounces over 1. Capital O here. I need to get the ounces out of my way. Well, I have to look in the conversion factors that I put for you tables inside the iCollege. How is the ounces related to tons? Well, it's difficult to memorize this, so you have to go through the couple of steps to get into it. So I will say first, the ounces always related to what? to the pound. So I say 1 pound, that's the basic unit of English mass. 1 pound is 16 ounces, correct? And now I can get the ton here. 1 ton is 1 ton is 1 ton is 2,000. I put the decimal here. 2,000 pound. 2,000 what? 2,000 pound. Now, as you can see, changing the color here with blue color, ounces cancels with ounces, pounds cancels pounds, and the only left is your ton. Now, 5.6 divided by 16 divided into 2,000. So let's take our calculator here. We take the calculator aside so we can see it. Well, we can't see it, but we can do it. So 5. Oops, it's not working. So trying to get this. Looks like it's not moving here. So, but anyway, 5 point is acting, the calculator is acting as is acting as an image. That's the problem. It's recognizes it as image. So well. But anyway, as at any rate, you divide 5.6, that's what we have, by 16 into 2,000, that will give you the answer in tons. Now, the only thing you have to watch, the next step is the 3 sig figs. You are dividing now and multiplying, then you have to look for the rules of the division and multiplication. So this is 3 sig figs. Okay. This is 2 sig figs. This is about the decimal. Without the decimal, it will be 1, but with the decimal, it's 4 sig figs. Just to make it easier on you. And at any rate, as I showed you before, getting those stuff here, those sig figs, to correct rounding off, you have to go sometimes through scientific notation. We did that in the past. So that's just dividing. I can't use the calculator. Maybe I have to share it or something to use it and come back to the whole thing again. That's a little bit tedious. That's the reason our university is going out of WebEx, taking just a Zoom, which is much, much easier to handle and straightforward. So anyway, so that's English to English. We'll get another example, English to English. I'm just wiping this one out. Another example, English to English, and see how is this really developed. Now, we'll go English to English and then metric to English and vice versa. And then we'll do some worksheets. If the time permits, we'll do some worksheets. So let's convert convert 4.2. Now we are still what? From English to English. Well, I want to see 4.2 gallons into QT. QT stands for quarts. Make sure that you don't mix this one here with the gas station. QT gas station has nothing to do with the QT gas station. We are looking, because you hear gallons and QT, you think something related to the gas station. No. Yes, there are some gallons, We are using in English system, the volume basic unit is gallons, while the metric basic unit for the volume is liters, correct? So now we have to know the relationship between gallons and quarts. So if you look it up in the table I provide you in the iCollege, the 1 gallon is, that's the conversion factor. 1 gallon is bigger than quarts, of course, is 4 times the QT. As I said, has nothing to do with the gas station. QT gas station, no, it's not a QT gas station. That's a QT quarts. That's another English unit used for the volume. So this is very important, and you don't have to memorize it. Okay, so but at least you can. There will be a table. From this table, you can use it. So let's start. We'll start with our 4.2 gallon over 1. And then we'll say we need to get the gallons out of our way. 1 gallon is 4 QT. So now we have gotten rid of the gallons. We have only left the unit is QT. Now, you multiply those together, and as you can see, 8.16, correct? Everybody following? 8 and then 16 QT. Now, this is not the final, as I said, per se, this is not the final answer. The final answer might be corrected for rounding off. We have here 2 sig figs, correct? Here exact whole number, which is absolute value coming from the unit, is not part of sig figs. So do not consider this as a part of sig figs. This because it's exact whole unit conversion, so not part of it. Unless it has decimal, then it will be part of it. So our answer has to be rounded to 2 sig figs, and we have here 3 sig figs. So I can make it smaller, move the decimal maybe 2 digits or 1 digit, maybe 2. I have 0.168. I move it to the left. 2 digits to the left is positive. 2 digits means 2 plus 2 QT. That's not the answer. As we say, we need 2 sig figs. We need here, that's our 2 sig figs. But this is 5 and above. So the answer is rounded to be 1.7, 10 power plus 2 QT quarts. Okay, guys? So that's 2 examples of English to English. Now let's do another example now. We are switching the whole thing, and we say, okay, let's do now metric to English and English to metric. Let's do what? We'll do English to metric or metric to English conversions. Now, this one here, again, you need the conversion factor. You need a special table to get the amount. Like, for example, I will say an inch, okay, it's IN. Inch is 2.54 centimeter. So now this is a metric, and this is English. So sort of tables you need them to relate how much is. For example, that's for the length. Another one for the length too. 1 mile, for example, is 1.62 kilometer. This is metric. This is English. So you can see you are converting between two systems, between metric and the English system. So let's get ourselves an example and see how we can do it. So convert can become any, we can become the mass, the volume, whatever we want. So we can take anything we want, convert. We'll see some of the worksheets available to us. So convert. I'll take English now to metric. Convert 3.6 gallons into pico liter. Well, that's liters, basic unit of the volume for the metric, and gallons is a volume basic unit for the English. Now, there is no connection to memorize any converter, but we have to know what pico is. Where pico is, symbol is P and means 10 minus 12, the opposite of tera, 10 minus 12. Now, with this in mind, we'll say, okay, so liters and gallons. What's the relationship between gallon and liter? The gallon is bigger than the liter. As you can see, the miles are bigger than the kilometer, correct? Then you have the gallons bigger than the liter. And this is around, say, I would say 3.80, just a number, 3.80. That's not exact. You have to pick it up, exact number, whatever is given to you. The problem with gallons and liters, it depends on countries. We have 3 or 4 different type of gallons. We have American gallon definition. We have Canadian gallon. We have Australian gallon. We have British gallon. So how many we have? We have 4 type of gallons, which they will differ a little bit. Now, they are not identical though. They are not by all means identical. So it's 3.7 something, 7.58. I just put 3.80 for all the countries, all above countries. So 3.80 liters. So like 1 gallon milk is close to what this number, if you round it up, is about 4 liters. So that's what roughly here, the gallon is 4 what? 4 liters, just roughly, not exact, but exact. You have to go in and look into the you have to look into the what they call it. You have to look into the conversion tables or charts to see what country you are dealing with, whether it's a American gallon or Canadian gallon or Australian gallon or British gallon. So each country will differ a little bit from, not the same number, different number, a little bit different. So now we know the conversion factor or the relationship between the English and the English gallon and the metric liters. So now we can just put the whole thing together, 3.6 gallon over 1. And then you say here 1 gallon. That's our relationship, is roughly 3.8 liter, correct? So that's the whole setup. The whole setup, that's what we really need. So the gallon cancels out. You multiply 3.80 by 3.6. This is 2 sig figs. This is 3 sig figs. your answer has to round it out to 2 sig figs. So our answer has to be rounded to 2 sig figs. Listen, let's take another example, metric to English, see how we can do this. Let's do another example, please. So let's do another example. Let's take this one out. And let's do well, we did the gallon, which is the volume. Let's do the length. I have 3 convert convert 3.50 CM centimeter. Okay, I'm having what this is the basic meter is the basic unit for the length for in the metric system, correct? Meter is the basic unit. So C is 10 minus 2. C is 10 minus 2 into miles. Well, this is an English and this is a metric. So 3.5 centimeter into miles, that makes you a little bit think about this. I will say this is my 3.50 centimeter, correct? Metric always you have to go through what basic unit. Basic unit is 1 meter. Basic unit of the length is meter. And this is 10 minus what? 10 minus 2. I'll put in front of it what? A factor of 10 plus 2. So, okay, guys. So centimeter cancels out. I have a meter, but I don't have any relationship with the meter with the miles. So what I'm gonna do, I have to go, okay, the meter, how about, I know the kilometer and the mile. So I said 1 mile is 1.62 kilometer. This is a good, I can start with this relationship, but I have to get meters into kilometers. So I will say, okay, 1 meter at the bottom and the top is kilometer. So the kilo is 10 plus 3. So I have to put in front of it 10 minus 3, the opposite of it. So it will come out equal to my 1. So now the meter is converted into kilometer, correct? By introducing an exponent of 10 minus 3. Then next is to take the kilometer out and put this relationship, the kilometer with the miles. Well, I say 1 mile here in the top because I need the miles. 1 mile is 1.62 kilometer. So kilometer cancels with kilometer, meter with meter cancels out. All the units are canceled out, correct? Except the mile, that's what we need. Now we have to watch for this is, if you look at this, this is 10 plus 2. This is 10 minus 3. That's a problem, but not a big problem. So we can take this one up. It will be 10 minus 2. So 10 minus 2 and 10 minus 3. If you multiply exponents, you have to add them up. So the resultant out of this will be 10 minus 5. Okay, guys? So the answer will be then 3.50 as is. 3 sig figs remains as 3 sig figs multiplied by 10 minus 5. 10 minus 5. And, 10 minus 5, we did not, we have to divide by 1.62. We have to divide it by 10 minus mile. divided by 1.62. Well, my calculator is not working here very well, so it's give me the calculator, but it's not allowing me to use it. It's recognized, WebEx recognized the whatever app I'm adding as an image, so I can't do nothing on it. So luckily we are going out of this. I hope this semester we are going out of WebEx. We are getting Zooms. But anyway, so the 3.50 has to be divided by 1.62. And the answer, don't forget that you're 10 minus 5 here. So the answer, whatever, you have 3 and 3. Yeah, your answers will be 3 sig figs, rounded out to 3 sig figs. Why? Because 3.503 sig figs, 1.62, 3 sig figs. So now it's time to look. I think we have about maybe 20 minutes to look into some of the worksheets. Let's look at some worksheets and see if we can. As I said, the worksheets are very good for review. Let's take this one out. Let's clean up this. And let's minimize this. As I said, it's let me stop sharing here. And let me go to the, as I mentioned, it's very awkward with this WebEx platform. Let me just Google worksheets, conversion. Oh, that's not the case. Me worksheet for you here, conversion. I will just hold on. I'm just not sharing it that's as yet, but let me share this one here. Conversion, English to metric conversion. And don't forget to add the keyword is worksheet, correct? So worksheet. As I said, those worksheets are done with mostly with retirees. They're decent work. And you can use only the ones are free. Don't pay for anything here. Don't pay anything. So those are for free. Let me see. I don't know. I can take this metric English conversion practice. Let's see this one here. I hope they have no answers. We did not add worksheet with answers. So let's see if, yeah, they do have answers. No, we need one without answer. No, we need one without answer. We need worksheet without answer. Let's see, hope for this one here. Without answer. Yeah, those with answers. I don't like the answers. No, try to get something without answer, because therefore you learn. Let's put this one here. Just be patient. Here, give you before you start, I think, conversion factors. And there's a lot of worksheets, but those are just tables. So just bear with me. I'm looking for you guys one that has, yeah, this one is a good one. This one is a good one. So let's see. And this one even gives you the chance of looking up for the conversions between English to metric and English to metric, metric to English. So this is a good one. So at least will give you multiply by what into whatever you have to do, multiply by what to get whatever metric to English, English to metric. So we are not going to the sig fix. We are going to look the penny. So we have penny has a pencil that has 19 centimeter long. How long is this pencil in inches? Well, that's a good thing. We have, let's start this. Let me maximize this. Let me share. Yeah, that's, as I said, it is really very cumbersome with this WebEx. This is like you are fighting to get something going. So Zoom by far is better, and Ink to go is much better. So anyway, so let's get to the bottom of this on here. Um, to the, okay, let's get to the bottom of this and let's start sharing here with you some information about metrics. So we have a pencil that's 19 centimeter long. How much this is in inches? Well, we have to know this is, you don't have to memorize, but if you are exposed to this for a longer time, you can see that one inch is 2.54 54 centimeter. So you start with the 19 centimeter over 1, correct? Then you put centimeter in the bottom here. Okay, guys. And then inches in the top. So 1 inch is 2.54 centimeter. Centimeter out, and the answer is 19 over 1. And then you have inch and the 2.54. And the answer has to be rounded into, this is 2 sig figs. This is 3 sig figs. Your answer has to be rounded into 2 sig figs, the smallest one. So, as I said, I can't use the calculator here. It does not allow me to. But anyway, so this is the first one. So let's look at the second one. Let's take this one out. I'm clear all the sharing, and I'm not sharing anything. And let's see, 200 kilograms. Met can lift 200 kilograms. Okay, with ease. How much is one in pounds? Well, as you can see, you can memorize the relationship between pounds and kilograms. So you know that 1 pound is 454 grams, correct? And from this is 1 kilogram is 1,000 kilograms. So 1,000 kilogram, because the K is 10 power plus 3. Okay, guys? So from there, whatever is says, so the relationship, you can do it at once, you can delay it, whatever, but that's the way you can go by it. So step by step, you can do it easy. So you will say, okay, you have 200 kilograms over 1 kilogram. This is 10 plus 3. Put in front of it 10 minus 3. Correct? That's 1 gram. And then after 1 gram, you have 1 gram here, and 1 pound. 1 pound is 454 grams. So the gram cancel out. The kilogram cancels out. still the pounds there. Take the 10 minus 3 up. So it will be 200 over 1. And then you have 10. I'm taking this one up there. 10 plus 3. The opposite over 1. And this is 4, 5, 4. And this is 1 pound. Just multiplication this. Division this by this. And watch for this here. So you can get your answer. Now, looking at this one here, I would like to have the 200 to be 3 sig figs, so I put the decimal here. If not the case, then you have 3 sig figs here, 3 sig figs, and here is 1 sig fig without if there is no decimal here. So the winner will be, your answer has to be rounded to 1 sig figs. So let's take this one out, take another example. So your answer has to be rounded into sig figs. So let's take this one out. Okay, so the distance between Happyville and Giggleland, 60 miles. How is that in kilometer? Well, that's straightforward. That's not really difficult because we know the direct relationship between those two. 1 mile is bigger. 1 mile is equal to 1.62 kilometer. Okay, guys. So then we can use this fact here by just putting the amount given to me is what? 60 miles. 60 miles over 1. 1 mile is 1.62 kilometer. A mile cancels us out, and if you multiply it, this one without the decimal would be 1 sig figs. 1 sig figs. This is 3 sig figs. The winner is the least sig figs, which is 1. So your answer has to be rounded out to 1 sig figs. So let's take after that another one. Let's take another one here. A can of a cheap soda holds this amount, milliliter. This is a metric. Milli is 10 minus 3, and liter is the basic unit of the volume. So this is 355 milliliter. In how many milliliters would be in 2 2 cans of soda. A can of Chipotle, milliliter, how many milliliters would be? This is not a unit conversion because if one can has this amount here, okay? How many milliliters if you have 2 cans? Just multiply this. That's 1 can, add another can, 355. So multiply by 2 to get this. This has nothing to do with the conversion. These are problems. It's at itself up. So not, yeah, so 1 can has this amount. If you have 2 cans, just multiply the value by 2. If you have 3 cans, multiply by 3. So let's take the last one, 10. Couple recipe called for 1 pound of butter. 1 pound of butter. How many grams? Yeah, that's a good question. That's a conversion. Grams is a metric, and pounds the metric for the mass. Basic unit for this math. Metric is using the grams, it's basic unit for the mass, and the pound is a basic unit for the mass in English system. So that's we know this. We mentioned a couple minutes ago. That's 1 gram. No, it's not writing. 1 gram. It's not the case. Wait, just a second. The 1 pound equal to 454 grams. With this relationship in mind, then we can use it. So how many for 1 pound? So the pound is really just by definition is 454 grams. So that's by definition, and that's what the answer is. 1 pound is equal 444 grams. Okay, so let's take this one out. And let's just take this one out and see if we can. Okay, that's the answers. And let's take if we can see. We can see another one. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm looking for. Okay, so let's Google again another. Okay, here we have Google still. Let's see if we can get. Okay, we have a lot of conversion. We have that might have some examples or worksheets, whatever. So I think that they have worksheets here. That's like sounds like a book here to me. I'll leave this one here. Let's take another, find another worksheet. This PDF. So let's see. Oh, they are selling. No, not buying. They're not buying. I think we highlight all those as a PDF. At any rate, we covered most of the stuff here. We hope that we can cover more. Okay, that's a good one too. So metric, this looks like the first part of it here. looks like this part is conversion from metric to metric. Okay, guys, we can try one, and then we have to look into if they have English to English or English. So, for example, I have 160 centimeter into millimeter, 100 centimeter into millimeter. Well, as I said, we have to go through the basic unit, which is a meter in this case, the length, and then looks at the power at the prefix, and then look at the code value, the prefix value. So we have 100. We are looking at this 160 centimeter, correct? Over 1. Centimeter is here. I have to go to the basic unit, meter, correct? So now let's look at the centimeter. Centimeter is C is 10 minus what? The value of the centi here is 10 minus 2. So I put in front of it the opposite of it, the sign 10 plus 2. Okay, so it will be then 1 meter. So I got rid of the centimeter out. I have meter, but I have to get rid of the meter because I need to see millimeter. So I put the millimeter there, correct? Meter cancels out. Then the milli is 10 minus 3, correct? If you look, 10 minus 3. Then I have to put in front the milli here, 10 plus 3. 10 plus 3. Guys, so you can see here 10 minus 3, it's the opposite is 10 plus 3. Here 10 minus 2 goes up, it's multiplied by 10 plus 2. Opposite of it, 10 minus 3 and 10 minus 2. This is 2 is the W minus. So the answer is 160, 10 minus 5 millimeter. 2 here, the 2 here, positive will come negative there. The negative will add itself with the negative here. Correct? Just 10 minus 3, 10 plus 3. Hold on. No, 10 plus 3 and 10 minus 2. 10 plus 3 minus 2. That's not the case. Sorry about this. This is 10. This is plus 3. This is plus 2 goes out, correct? This is plus 3 opposite. This is plus 2 because centimeter 10 minus 2 plus 2 goes the top minus 2. So this is 160, 10 plus 1 millimeter. Yeah, that's the correct answer. I will stop here, and if you have any questions, just let me know. We will stop recording, and I hope it's really working for us here. Okay, guys, I stop recording.